in this little box is something I picked up from Hermes because of one of you. Let's open it up and see what it is. It is perfect for me, by the way. Perfect. I had to have it. You'll see why. Stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community post on your YouTube homepage, where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. Interruption Autumn here with an important message. Just want to remind you that anytime you add a new bag to your collection, just like I'm doing today, you may want to keep track of it for personal purposes or certainly for insurance purposes. And that's why I developed a tracking system. I call this the My Handbag Collection Organizer, and it's a collection of pages that you can use to track all the information on each of your handbags. This is what it looks like on the front and back, so you put all the information about the bag as well as what you're liking about it, what you don't like, notes, price changes, whether you sell the bag, and then you have everything here in one place. I also have other sections besides that you can check out. Everything is available on my website at autumnbeckman.com. I will have that linked below, so if that's something that might interest you, please check that out at the link below. Now back to the video. AJ White, this is your fault. AJ White told me about this item. They posted a comment on my What I Got for Christmas 2023 video and asked if I had seen this, and they said they saw it and immediately thought of me. I mean, of course you would, because once you see it, of course you would. So thank you so much for telling me about this. I know I'm going to love it. Let's get into the box. I don't think I've had one packaged quite like this in this kind of box before. Oh, interesting. I thought it was a box with a little flap. No, that's my paperwork. I'm surprised that Hermes packaged that way where this got bent, but my receipt is inside. I thought I had asked for a gift card, but it's not in here. If it didn't come, that's fine. Like not a gift card like with money on it that you would give to somebody to spend, but a gift card like a greeting card, that kind of card. All right, so in this white box, which it's a little bit of a puzzle as to how to open it. Pull, pull. They need to write pull there. I'm gonna give them some tips on how to package their things. So here we go. We have the Hermes logo and building there, or just the building, not really the logo. And then they package things so well though, despite my complaints seconds ago. This is a box with, as most of you would know, a Twilly inside, and there's no chance that can get broken, and yet it's packed with all this packaging material, which is amazing. And as it should be when you're purchasing luxury items and paying a lot of money for things. So a little Twilly box. Don't you love getting an orange Hermes box or dreaming about getting one? Because I'm sure not everybody watching has had the chance to do that yet. But that's why I have my channel. It's all about luxury living on a budget, so you can find things that are more affordable that you still love from these luxury brands and other brands that have luxurious things. And I will say, I say this in a lot of Hermes scarf unboxings that I do. We know Hermes to be a very, very high-end luxury brand, and we think of them as being, or a lot of us do, think of them as being out of reach financially, especially like handbags or clothing. Their silks though, they have the best silks in the world, and they're very reasonably priced. If you compare an Hermes Twilly, which, let me see how much they are these days. Okay, Hermes Twillys are currently $220. A 45 centimeter scarf is about $250, and a 90 centimeter is about $500. Compare the cost of the Twilly, $220, with Dior or Louis Vuitton or Chanel. They are more expensive than Hermes, and the Hermes scarves are better. Get yourself an Hermes scarf. Okay, I took the lid off. Let's find the end here and unfurl. Oh my gosh. So cute. This is a double-sided scarf. I'll give you some close-ups and then I'll show you what it looks like all in all. And when I got this was the only colorway available, but I've since looked up some others and this is my favorite of all that I've seen. I really lucked out with this. If I can find some, I'll link them below. Either way, I'll link some other Twillys that might interest you. Okay, let's take a look at this. Do you see what I see? These are doggos. It is a doggo Twilly. It has lots of different doggos. There's a poodle. Roxy is part poodle. Look at all these doggies. They're so cute. Some of them had jackets on. They're at the ballpark, or the dog park, not the ballpark. They're at the dog park playing ball, and a dachshund. But wait, there's more. We turn it around in the other direction, and what? A very long dachshund, a second very long dachshund, and a third very long dachshund, all in colorful sweaters. So 3 dachshunds on this side and lots of dogs at the dog park on this side. Is this not perfect for me? On this end it says Hermes Paris, and you may have noticed it has a cityscape in the background as well. Similar cityscape on the dachshund side. The paper label says Twilly les, is it les or les? I don't know French. Chiens Parisiens. So the French dogs. And this is in FM Beige d'Or, Vert, or I know Vert is green, beige would be a color. I don't know what the others stand for, but that's the tag, and then it has the Hermes logo on the other side. Then the made in tag says made in France, 100% silk, and has the care information on the back. Now, how would I wear this? First of all, being a double-sided scarf, you kind of get 2 scarves in one there. I love it when a scarf has a different design on each side. That's one of the ways you can get more for your money. One thing I like to do with Twillies is wear them as a bracelet. So with a full-size Twilly, I really prefer to do this with one of the really teeny tiny Twillies, but you can also do it with a full size. So I just wrapped that 3 times around my wrist, and then you just tie it on the ends, and I would do a double tie to wear this out so it stays secure, and then I would turn it so that the ends are on the top of my wrist like that. So that's one way to wear it, like a bracelet. And one thing I love to do if I'm wearing a Twilly as a bracelet is to use an Hermes Twilly ring. These are not necessary at all. They're just little decorative metal pieces to add to your bracelet. It's like if you had a bracelet and then you were adding a charm to it. Similar kind of idea. Let me show you the 3 that I have, just in case you've never seen them before. And if I can find these anywhere, I will link them below. Here's the first one. I love this because it has little pieces that move around, so you've got some movement to it. And it's also two-tone. So most of it is silver, but then those 3 little pieces that dangle are in a gold tone. So if you wrap that around your wrist, it could hang like this. You can also wrap a Twilly around your neck, and then that makes like a little pendant. And it could be in the middle, or you could wrap it to where it hangs off on the side for a little asymmetry. I also have this heart charm. It's in a rose gold. It says Hermes and then Paris. And it's flat, except, well, it's flat on the front and the back. On the back, it says made in France, and that's really pretty. So on the wrist, it would look like that, and you could wear it on the neck as well. But my favorite Twilly ring for this scarf in particular would have to be this, the Le Chien's charm, which is their classic dog collar. And it also has a little movement because it has that little ring that flips up and down, and you can see it moving around a little bit when I move the scarf. So this one is silver. I think they also do it in gold. I have fingerprints all over it now, but it says Hermes made in France on the back. That looks like this on the wrist or this on the neck. So it's like a little piece of jewelry for your Twilly. And if you were to tie your Twilly around a bag, you could also use the Twilly ring there. Just make sure that it's secure so it's not going to slip off. Like if this was hanging with the charm, you might want to put a knot under it so that if it slips down, you're not going to lose it, because it is Hermes, they're not cheap. Now, if you want to tie the Twilly around the handle of your bag, let me show you quickly how to do that, because I've had a lot of people ask me when I do a scarf video. So you want to start by wrapping the Twilly around the bottom of the handle, and then wrap it around itself. You want the end of the Twilly to go under the rest of the Twilly, and then over and down into the little hole it makes. And when you do it in that order, then the little pointy end will be on the bottom, sticking down and not sticking up on the top. From that point, all you do is take the rest of the Twilly and wrap it around, but do it pretty. And then the trick, there are 2 things that are the trick to wrapping the rest of the Twilly around the handle. One is you have to wrap it as tightly as you can, and that's because during the day when you're holding it and carrying it and moving it, it's going to start to loosen. So the tighter you can get it at first, the longer it will stay looking nice. We're having a winter storm right now. There's blizzard conditions outside, and my electricity went off, and I thought, well, if the electricity goes off, it's okay, I can still film. The camera runs on a battery. Didn't think about my light. So I don't know how long it's going to be off. Let's go ahead and finish this video, and we may just be in this lighting for the rest of it. So the other thing that's tricky about tying the scarf around a handle and getting it to go all the way around is how do you space the scarf when you're twisting it so that it ends up with just the right amount that you need at the other end. That's trial and error. There's not really a tip or a trick I can give you to get that correct. That's something you just kind of have to do a couple of times until you get it right on that bag. One thing that would help you is the care tag is going to be in the middle of the twilly. So if you can get the first half to where that tag lines up at the top of your handle, then you should be good. Okay, so I've got my scarf wrapped around now, and I have about this much left. So you just do the same thing here. It looks a little harder because you've got the twilly wrapped around so tightly. It's the same thing. You just take the end of it and you put it through. This time you want to go over and put it through the twilly, tighten it up, and you've got the ends like that. So it's really very simple. It just is some trial and error, that's all. And that's how it looks when it's done. I did not do a great job getting this tight, so just so you're aware. So that is what I got from Hermes today. AJ White, thank you so much for letting me know about this twilly. It is absolutely perfect, and I'm so glad that I was able to snatch it up. Again, if I can find any of these that are available, I will link them below, as well as some other dog scarves from Hermes, and maybe a few other things that I can find that I think you might be interested in. Thank you so much for watching, especially through our blackout. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.